I honestly feel like the formula for one is the formula for the rest.
Yeah, Airbnb can be passive income. If you asked me this 6 months ago, I would have said no, it can't be. But it actually can be with the right systems in place. What we're losing in this culture is integrity.
Yeah, I think you're bang on it there. Because a lot of people think they can get to passive income by themselves.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that that's the case.
It requires a team.
Welcome to the Property Project podcast, where we talk all things property, but also help you to resolve some of the dilemmas that you come up with.
But before you do that, we'd love if you could help us by liking the video, subscribing to our channel so you could get more content from us.
We actually came here on time today.
You did indeed.
I think that is one for the record books, to be fair, because who's normally the late one?
I would say fairly, if you asked this about 6 to 8 months ago, I'm always the late one. If you ask it now, be honest, it's you. Be honest. And it's probably that you are ready. Then when it comes to getting out the door, you don't account for things like finding the keys that are always lost, finding your wallet that you lose every day, no matter what the circumstances are. So I feel like that's what makes you late. Getting ready makes me late, but I've actually been so good. Like even today, like I was on time.
This is what happens when you're a patient man. This is what happens when you're a patient man. Because are you serious?
You don't think you're late? You've got a delusional view that you're not late.
I'm not, bro. There are times that
I know your friends are screaming right now watching this. I know your friends are screaming. If I put in your group chat right now, who's the most late in your group, they will definitely say you. Will they not?
Not at all, because there's people in my group.
Sean,
100%.
Sean, how many times I call your name?
It doesn't matter, bro.
Tell the truth.
So being the loudest doesn't mean you're right.
It's ended.
I guarantee if I say it in your group,
next time,
everyone will say your name.
Yeah, they will say my.
Yeah, exactly.
I've already said
I
have no issue with saying I have issues with being late.
You can't have an issue because it's true.
Yeah, it is. So you're saying it's not true for you.
No,
so if I bring the evidence next time, what are you going to get me?
I'm not getting you anything.
No.
I will apologize.
To make sure that we right our wrongs when we make mistakes, we have to make sure that we make drastic statements so that we don't do it again. So when I bring the evidence to show that out of all your mates, you are probably the person they note down to be the latest all the time. Like I know one of your friends could walk to the destination and still beat you. He could walk from Brighton to London and still beat you.
No, that is a lie.
And the thing is, you know who I'm talking about as well. So it's a possibility.
Who else does long distance walking? Do you know what I mean? He's
all your friends could beat you.
But at the same time,
who else is late? No one else in your friends group has a late issue. Literally no one else has a late.
I don't want to start out in names, but there's them that will.
I would like to say late. On behalf of Sean's friends, I've never known any of you to be late. I know all of you to be on time. The only person I know that's not on time is Sean. And I'm sticking up for you right here, right now. Although I back Sean in every other situation. People. Yeah, it is. Because sometimes you have to hold a mirror in someone's face for them to be like, you know what, maybe I could be the problem.
No, I understand that. Yes, sometimes I can underestimate.
Which
time.
means you're late.
No, of course. I didn't say that I'm not a late person, but I'm talking about.
Should we rewind the tapes? Is this called gaslighting?
Wait. What I'm saying is that there's times that I can be late, but you are a serial offender.
Sean.
You are a serial offender. You're trying to tell me that.
Can I just say, and I'm going to get for the next episode,
I don't care
I'm going to get, but you should. If you're telling the truth and you're being honest with yourself, you should care what I'm going to get. I'm going to get proof. Look at you, don't panic, don't quiver. I'm going to get proof, that my friends would say that I've improved on time, minus one person. I'm just always late for that person. But everybody else would say, I've improved heavily on time. Like maximum I'm going to be late now. It's like 15, 20 minutes. Before I could literally be late for an hour, which is so rude. But you also have significant issues. If no one's told you, I need you to hold my hand when I say this. You have issues, not about being late throughout the day, but it's the little things that make you late. Like not accounting for where your keys are, where your wallet is. And you could be looking for your wallet for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And that's what could make you late.
No, but that's forgetfulness.
No, but that's lateness. You're late because you forget.
But also,
what do you mean?
Also, on my side, right, I'm not going to lie, about 30% of the time that I might be late, right, that if my boys do say that, they will understand that. And I know the ones that have partners will vouch for this. But sometimes you got to take one for the team. They're like, why was you late? Well, when you just give them that look, they know They know.
I understand that.
They know.
I'm not
And
taking
I
away
have
that
to
I'm not
take the
late.
hit. I have to act like I was the one faffing about when it was you.
The only thing I can do here is get the evidence.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the only thing
fine.
I can
We'll
do
gather
here.
that anyway.
Yeah, we will. We will.
Anyway, let me jump in before you try and take over the whole podcast.
Can I just say, did you know that how Segway is spelled? I still believe this is the American way of saying it.
Yeah,
I
I
used
know.
to spell Segway Segway.
Yeah, so do I.
It's not spelled like that. It's spelled Segue. Segway.
Hold on one.
Yeah, Segue.
S-E.
I've never seen it spelled that way.
S-E.
Gue. I've never seen it spelled that way.
actually,
That has to be the American way. I'm using good old chat.
Segway,
So
move without interruption from one piece of music.
Is that how it's spelled
says
on
music
Google?
To another, or a scene to another. Yeah. Literally.
did I say Google or Google?
I don't know.
Gosh, if I said ignore that,
probably
that's
say
the freshie in
Google,
me.
so.
But yeah, that's how you spell it. I just wanted to side note that because that caught me.
It is mad, isn't it? It is
What
mad.
do you mean? What do you mean?
You think like you?
And that's right there is why I didn't pass English. I didn't pass English, but that's okay. It's okay. It's my second language. If you really want to take it there, it's my second language.
She was born in St. George's Hospital.
And I also don't speak Yoruba, but that's not the point. I understand it, so it's my second language.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. But anyway.
Yeah,
we're
sorry.
gonna
I wanted to, segue into the next one. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, all right, cool. So this dilemma is actually quite interesting
Mm-hmm.
because, yeah, we're going to get into that anyway. But someone sent in to us, hey guys, I started my first Airbnb business 3 months ago after seeing loads of people on TikTok saying it was passive income. I used my savings for furniture, set up the Airbnb, and now I'm realizing that I'm basically a 24/7 manager. I'm consistently messaging guests, cleaners are cancelling all the time, and I can't switch off. I even had to leave my cousin's wedding reception last week to sort out a check-in issue. We know that one well, all too well. I'm burnt out and I only have one property. How do people actually make...
They got one property.
How do people actually make this passive?
Sorry.
Or is it just a myth? Why? No. You can't be laughing like that.
Sorry.
You can't be laughing like that. Who do you think you are?
Sorry.
Who do you think you are? Remember where you came from.
No, one property. That's what. Leaving a wedding reception for one property.
No, but it's true though, because at the end of the day,
One property.
I honestly feel like the formula for one is the formula for the rest.
Yeah.
So if the issue is them, for me,
Yeah.
Anyway. But why are you laughing?
No,
Yeah,
because
explain that,
it's
explain that.
no, it's dramatic, isn't it? But I get it, but it's dramatic. Sorry,
It's not dramatic.
Sorry
It's
to
not
whoever.
dramatic because when you think about it, right?
It is dramatic. You left
No,
the
but-
whole wedding with it's a family member, no? What do they say? Who's member of the family? What was the connection?
Their cousins.
They left their cousin's wedding reception to go and sort out a check-in.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in the world that could make me do that. I don't care how close I am. I don't care. We were at my best friend's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and I could have been down the road to the one we just took on.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way in hell that I would have gone down there to sort out. Did you see how lit we were at that wedding? Do you understand how much of a good time that wedding was?
100%.
Do you understand how beautiful that wedding was? What am I leaving to go and sort out a check-in? You're going to have to wait till tomorrow.
So has there never
I'm having
been
too much of a great
Has there never
time.
been a time where we've been somewhere, and I don't know if they mean that they've actually left or they've gone outside to go and... but
okay.
Let's go worst case scenario. innit?
Okay.
And they've actually got to go and leave because
Yeah.
the guest the last guest didn't leave the keys, so now this person is...
I can't relate.
I don't know. I feel like I understand now. Yeah, of course we can't relate, but us back in the day...
You would have left a wedding. There's no way.
I'm not saying-
I actually
I'm
would
not
have paid
saying-
the cleaners. Even if I was abroad in Greece,
Yeah.
I would have paid the cleaners to come abroad in Greece to come and get the spare keys from me. There is no way. I can't imagine a scenario where I would have left a family wedding scenario, best friends, like never. To go and
I
check
don't know.
someone in at the address.
Yeah.
No way. But it all comes down to systems, I guess. I think,
Yeah.
you know, what it is just that it sounds like, yes, when you are taking on Airbnbs, you are becoming a jack of all trades. So there are so many hats that you're going to wear. There's so many things that you're going to do. There's so many skills that you're going to have to use. And it does mean that you end up becoming a manager of your own business. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And if you're doing it correctly, it should be simplified. But it sounds like that. I think the laughter was more the fact that if you're struggling with that at one, you know, that you need to be sorting out your systems ASAP, because when you take on 2, 3, 4, 5, you won't be able to go on holiday.
But this is
you won't be able to take a break.
But naturally, when you have one, there's going to be a lot of chaos. And when you start, you are doing everything. You are doing everything. You're a cleaner, you're security, you are an accountant, you are receptionist,
we cleaned out Airbnbs the first few times.
You are doing all of it by yourself. So part of it is learning. So this person, if they truly want to scale, they will understand that all they're missing, and they probably haven't understood the value of systems or the value of automating certain things.
Yeah.
So once they do that, they're going to be like, oh, is this what it takes?
Yeah.
Is this what it takes? And then all of a sudden they can now scale to 2, to 3, to 4. I just think that, again, because there was a point at the beginning when we had our first 2 at the beginning, and we were doing a lot of running up and down.
No, I agree.
And I used to think to myself, all right, maximum I can do is probably 4.
Yeah, but Sean, even still, I'll never forget, we still went on holiday and my sister sorted out stuff for us. Like, there's no one in your family. I guess all the family was at the wedding. I guess all the family was at the wedding.
That's from a place of privilege, though.
Not really, because it's all about networking. I feel like that's a lazy excuse, because we've had so many times where we haven't been able to do things ourselves. Our family haven't been able to help us, and we've called our network, or spoken to our network, or used group chats, or spoken to the cleaners, or do you know what I mean? But somebody has always said, I won't allow that.
Hold on. All right, so the dilemma said, I think they were 3 months in though. Do you know what I mean? Like, we weren't doing this stuff 3 months in.
But we were still... You can't say that every time. Of course we were put hands-on. I'm not disputing the hands-on element.
Yeah.
I'm disputing sometimes the lack of creativity to find a solution. You can't be leaving your cousin's wedding to drop off keys. I would have even sent it in an Uber. What do you need me for? No, genuinely, like, I would have sent it in an Uber. Do you know, it is what it is. Like, sometimes your time, your effort, your mental health, your pride is worth more than saving a few pounds.
But do you know what it is though? Again, this is something, a crossroads that I constantly came to.
Yeah.
That when you are starting, you've got time and money.
Yeah.
Right. At the start,
barely money.
No, but time. Obviously, you got to look at your priorities, depending on the decision that you're making, and it will be fueled by whether you want to save time or whether you want to save money.
Yeah.
Almost, I would probably say 99.9% of any entrepreneur at the start, everything you're going to do is to save money. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're going to do everything by yourself, which takes up all your time. We're at the point now where, no, I'm so sorry, but if we've got money that can buy back that time, we will choose to save our time instead.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? But people don't have that luxury at the beginning. You see what I'm saying? So, and this person, I would understand your response if they've had the opportunity to know. But
are you hearing what they left a wedding, Sean? I'm not. This is if they said they left work, if they said they had to stop, trading, meeting up with the girls for brunch to go and sort out the property, I'd be like, cool. But there's certain things in your...
Though, the main bit's done, innit?
Listen.
She saw the union, innit?
I just think, I hear it. I think it's a very, very valid question. I'm never laughing at anyone. It's more the fact that had to happen in order for things to move forward. And there are always other ways, and it's just about getting creative and opening your network and speaking to people, making sure you're in group chats for things so that you can ask for these kinds of favors. But what I would say is, yes, Airbnb can be passive income. If you asked me this 6 months ago, I would have said, no, it can't be. But it actually can be with the right systems in place. Now, do you ever get to a space where you're not thinking about the business and you're not involved in the business? I don't think so, because if it's operating correctly, no one will ever have the same passion for the business that you will have. No matter how many people you hire, no matter how perfect of a personality you hire, how skilled a worker is going to be, they will never be as passionate about your business as you will be. So yes, it can be passive with the right systems. Like I said, 6 months ago, I wouldn't have thought that. I probably would have said no. But now we've started really investing in our tools, our systems, our team. I would say it can be passive, but it takes a long time to build that. It takes being very creative. It takes failing and figuring it out. but you never really come out of the business. So I guess it depends on what your view of passive is. If you think you're going to be completely hands off, doing no work whatsoever, probably not. But my idea of passive is day in, day out, you don't always need me, or you just need me for the executive decisions, or you just need me for, something that's around the finances, rather than me being proper hands in and hands on and having to deal with all the minor situations, conflicts, guest situations. Yeah. So it depends what your idea of passive is. My idea of passive isn't necessarily being asleep 365 days in the year and not having to do anything. I still would like to be a bit hands on. So yeah,
100%.
but I know people view it differently, probably you as well.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I agree with what you said about 6 months ago. You probably said something different.
Yeah.
And same.
Yeah.
But now, kind of just looking at the similarities between different businesses and just business in general, like you get to a point where everything that you're doing can be replaced by money or incentive.
Yeah.
So of course, you're not going to find someone who has the desire to or the love of your business as much as you.
Yeah.
However, if you incentivize someone enough, they will step in.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if for whatever reason, if I hired a VA and I said, listen, if you make sure that these KPIs or these key points, indicators are met, you get this amount, or you get this bonus, or you get, let's just say something wild, like 50% of the business.
Yeah.
They best believe they will do it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Obviously,
Yeah.
that's a mad example.
I've actually heard of someone do that, but yeah.
Well, yeah. I know
Yeah.
what you mean? But again, if you the key is like incentivizing, and of course you want these people to do stuff for you.
Yeah.
But you need to incentivize them in the right way so that their
They get a
morals
benefit.
they're getting their morals and values are still you're appealing to them, and they have it when they're performing certain actions for your business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we've seen it for ourselves, like with one of our VAs.
Yeah.
For I'm not gonna lie, for the longest time, she was. If you're thinking about the football league table, she was surfing along that relegation zone because she was about to get dropped. Yeah.
She had really strong traits. I'm so backed up. I can't even hear myself.
Yeah,
so if I'm shouting, I
Cindy doesn't
apologize.
know whether what is.
I think it's hay fever, but it's the worst hay fever I've ever experienced, to be fair.
Yeah.
But so if I'm shouting, I apologize. I just can't hear myself. But
She was surfing along that.
I feel like she had very, very strong traits and potential. I think we saw the potential quite early on. But when the all wasn't given into the role, you could easily see that dip.
Yeah.
But like you said, since we've been able to pinpoint what it is that motivates her, and again use that against her essentially, in a positive way, it's like positive reinforcement. That has shown a lot. Like it's like a whole new person. Like we've tried and tested a few times, us leaving, being on holiday we were both on separate holidays at the same time, and she held it down. She held it down very well.
Literally.
And she didn't even rely on the other VA. Like I would say she single-handedly managed the whole business on her own.
And that's all we wanted from
exactly
her. And it turned out that this was just we've tried so many different methods to motivate her, and when we realized
we couldn't get it.
And then when we realized, okay, this is what gets you,
because she was talking about what she wanted to do with her future self, and
exactly that.
What she was trying to achieve, and that's what we used as our positive reinforcement, and it's helping her. And when she sees what we kind of do to reinforce that strong leadership trait in her, she feeds back that's helpful for her. So I would say, is it passive? I would say you can definitely make it. There's a lot of talk around it not being passive, but I actually think people just haven't built the tools. They haven't become clever about how they use themselves in the business and how they use others. And you're not the best thing in your business. So find the people who are the best thing and can be the best thing in your business. Hand off those things. If you're struggling with one property at the moment, I'm not going to lie, it only goes downhill from here. So you need to create the systems. And now you're laughing. Now you understand why I was laughing.
No. I'm laughing at you because you're not. I feel like this person deserves grace.
100%. But how long are we gonna live with grace for? Sometimes we've just got to pull up our trousers and be like, it is what it is. This is you do. You can't. I'm gonna say it again. You can't believe in your cousin's wedding. You can't be leaving send the keys in the cab.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to get creative about the ways. Like, I understand it is very, very hard. But if the question is about it becoming passive, yes, it can become passive. It just requires the right tools and systems. And also accepting that without you fully in the business, some things can go wrong. And it's how you deal with that using other people to correct those issues that will make a whole lot of difference in your business.
Yeah. But in terms of like, obviously we understand that this business can become passive, right? We understand that because we've been through it, we've lived it, we've had horrible experiences as well as great experiences. But there's people in here, like for example, this person who has only been in there for 3 months, thinking about, is it passive? Me personally, I don't think passive should be on your map right now.
Yeah, maybe
But
actually.
where does this come from? Because this is it's not only this person that said that. I've heard that from many others. And again, even looking at on social media, there's a lot of people that think that they're going to come into this business, and especially in, like, I'm being very lenient, but in their first year, their first 12 months, think that they're going to win or think that they're going to make profits. And I'm just like, absolutely not. Your first year.
You shouldn't be talking about no profits in the first year.
your
You have
first
not
year
made your
is
12 months money
learning.
back.
And by learning, you are taking L's left, right, and center.
But also your investment usually takes about 10 to 12 months to get back anyway. So you shouldn't be speaking about profits.
Exactly.
You should not be speaking about profits.
And this is if you're doing everything by the book.
Yeah.
So where does it actually come from? Where do you think that people are getting this idea that Airbnb is straight passive off the bat?
Do you want me to truly offload?
Yeah, go on.
No censor. Shall I start name dropping?
I'll blow the whistle when it's time.
I feel like I see a lot of ads now, which is great. I feel like, okay. A lot of people are coming into the Airbnb world, which is brilliant, because I feel like it is a way to start building cash flow, especially if you have no responsibilities, you've got no kinds of bills. The only thing you're paying is kind of your £20 phone bill. You live in your mum's house, and like, you got no kind of responsibilities. You ain't got really kids to feed, nothing like that. I think that Airbnb is a great way to get started. Yeah. And so it's really nice to see loads of people draw out their business side, their CEO side, and delve into a business like this that can be quite risky, right? But with that comes a lot of advertising to draw people in that I believe are vulnerable people. So what they're doing is drawing in a lot of the younger lot who are now motivated by money. I don't remember being that motivated by money when I was young. Like, if I could get my nails done, go on holiday, I didn't have the idea of like wealth in my head. It was like, live for now. This is like, a lifetime moment, not necessarily for the future. So it's really nice to see that younger people are thinking about the future and what they can afford for themselves 10 years down the line. It's lovely to see that. But I also see them as quite vulnerable because, a lot of these people, gurus, property people are advertising.
They're preying on them.
They're definitely preying on them. And I would even go as far to say it's a lot of the ethnic minorities. A lot of the people who want to get out of the ghetto, a lot of people who want to get out of the ends. Like,
doing the preying or being preyed on?
No, being preyed on.
Okay.
Who have a real goal and idea about where they want to be. And people are preying on that and want to tap into the younger lot who will go and beg mum, dad for money, who will use their student loans, which again, there's a balance, right? But what they keep feeding, like what I'm seeing on social media, is that you can get into the rent-to-rent space for £4,000. I'd be seeing this ad all the time about getting into rent-to-rent space in £4,000. Show me your profits. I want to see them. I want to see them. No, genuinely. I'm seeing people say, I've got 8 rent-to-rents and they're driving fast cars. I've been doing this this is our 3rd year. We just about got a fast car. We just about got a fast car.
Yeah.
And that was literally a serious conversation about, okay, what do we want to do? Do we want this car or do we want another goal that we're trying to achieve? All right now we feel like we can award ourselves with a car. That's what happened. That's the conversation.
Yeah.
So when people are sitting there saying, oh, they went to Dubai and hired a fast car for 3 hours, I want to see the bill. Because was that worth it?
See, this is the thing.
Based on your goals, it's all great. Like, I know you've got to show the luxury side. Like, I'm not stupid as well. Like, if there's certain things that I'm showing on social media, I know that it's going to entice a certain demographic or clientele, but with the intention of moving that into something that's real. No one can say they've worked with us and not achieved what they've set out to achieve. No one. I will honestly say no one has worked with us and said they haven't. Whether, of course there's always bumps in the road, but we will never sell you a false narrative.
Yeah.
It's not possible. Show me the proof if that is the case.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like we're matched with honesty and your goals, like your dreams. And I don't think that's what people are matching with that are like, the guru is telling you can make it with £4,000. You're getting £4,000. You can possibly get a property. It's going to be a crap property and you're not making that much money from it.
And you're going to have to work twice as hard. Because your reviews are going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Your nightly rate is going to be terrible.
Poor.
Like, all of that stuff.
Your staging's going to be poor,
exactly.
basic. You won't stand up from the crowd.
Exactly.
And so I just think, where is it coming from? It's coming from the gurus who just want to take your money and actually don't necessarily care whether you win or not. They're just trying to build a business. And of course, everything's about building your business, building your brand, making your money. But I think have some integrity. Yeah. I think what we're losing in this culture is integrity.
Yeah, I think you're bang on it there because when we first started, right, I'm not gonna lie, we heard a lot of, it's passive and it's so easy and whatever.
You'll be free in 2 properties.
I do think that we also had that realization where even though we put down a substantial amount of money to get training and mentorship and everything like that.
Substantial.
But even still, we had that conversation between ourselves like, okay, are we actually going to do this? There's a lot of people that put that money down. They don't even have no critical thinking. They don't even think, okay, what am I getting from this?
Yeah.
They don't think about the what ifs and maybes.
Yeah.
We sat there and said, okay, so what happens if we don't do this?
Yeah, we actually
and
did.
we said to ourselves, okay, if we don't do this, we just stay in the same place and whatever.
It's fine. We still got a job. We still got this. We don't lose much. We haven't got kids to depend on us.
Exactly.
Like worst case scenario, we move back in with our parents.
Exactly. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like we had that moment there where a lot of people straight away, they might see something. It might not even be the teaching that the person who they're following has put out there. It might be just they've shown them a fast car in Dubai and they resonate with that. So they're like, if I follow this person, I will end up in Dubai with a fast car. And fair enough, if that person wants to show that and that's what they've got for themselves, that's great. But you also have to have that. Just be clued up in your mind. Be clued up in your mind.
It's hard to though, because I feel like even now I look back on how much we spent on our first mentorship. I think, how dare you? How dare you? How dare I? But how dare you is what I think. I do think it is daylight robbery.
Do you know what?
It definitely is. I feel like we made the choice.
You say daylight robbery, but for me, I know it was a lot of money. But I feel like if I was to do this journey again, I would do this exact same thing.
Would not.
I would do the exact same
I would
thing.
not.
You know, the reason why, and again, obviously...
With the same person?
Huh?
With the same person? Because maybe that's where we differ.
Okay,
where I'm different.
What I'm saying is that I wouldn't change it. The reason why is because I feel like that path that we went down, we've seen it ourselves where people are drinking the Kool-Aid thinking it's sweet.
Yeah.
And...
Scary.
There was a brief moment where we were like that straight away, but then we were like, hold on, something's not right here.
Yeah. Have you ever watched them movies where they're all like humming together and hugging each other and they're like, ooh.
Or you see the neighbor and the neighbor looks weird, she's got a pie. She's like,
can I come to your house?
We
all come to each other's houses. Yeah, it's giving that. Yeah.
And it was just weird. And then it got to a point where we realized actually what they're drinking is not sweet. It's poison.
Yeah.
So it's for me, not only and that also told us that, you know what, if we actually want to get something out of this, which is what we stick by now, if
we're gonna have to do it on our own. If we actually
want to make change, we have to be the ones to do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, and if we went for a mentorship that was maybe half the money, we probably might have got the learning, but we probably would have been in their cult, or we wouldn't have been exposed to the harsh realities and the truths that
it made us learn faster, for sure.
Is what I'm saying.
It made us learn quicker. We had no one to rely on. We were in the deep end and we were like, it's sink or swim. What are we going to choose?
Yeah.
And so I do get what you mean by that, but I do really feel bad when, a friend of ours, I always speak with you about this, and I've spoken with her about it when she first said that she was going to join the same mentorship that we joined. And I just said, I never want to take anybody's experience, because my experience doesn't mean it's going to be your experience. Just because I go to a hairdresser and didn't like how the hairdresser did my hair doesn't mean you're going to experience the same thing.
It might just be your head shape.
Okay. There was no need, but okay. So we've had those conversations, but on reflection, it's like, I didn't want to say, don't do that mentorship. Like, really go to like 4 or 5 free courses first with this person and double check that it's the right vibe for you. When I would subtly say, it's hard because you can't be outward and be like, I would never want to stop someone from doing what they desire and what they please. So I would never want to taint them with my views. But even with the alarms that I tried to give, it's hard to do that because this person, the person who runs the mentorship or the group that run the mentorship, are so salesy, people pleasy, and a lot of people fall into it, including us. Like, we fell into it. That's why we bought the course. But yeah, seeing them now and on the other side of it and like not being happy with the mentorship, but no one would ever know because they've got like almost 5 stars on Trustpilot because when you join, they tell you to do a survey, which is when you're at your highest. By the way, that's a great sales technique, guys. And if you ever run a business and you want to be at 5 stars, always catch people at the time where they're the most happiest, which is once they've bought the product in that moment. Because otherwise, once people have time to ponder and think about things, they will rate it a low star. Like, we've got an amazing TV at home, but when we first bought it, we would have given it 5 stars. Now we'll probably be like, oh, I'd love 100 inch, or do you know what I mean? And that might make it 4 stars. When you've got time to think about what something actually does for you, that's where you'll try to find the cracks, and that's just natural human behavior. 100%. But I don't know. I think we just got to be careful of the gurus, who they're bringing in. The youngsters, it's amazing that you're getting into this space and that you're clued up and you want to create generational wealth, but understand who you're lying in bed with, and just be careful. There's so many free courses. Do as many free courses as you can first before you put money down. Do I believe in mentorship? 100%. It's a fast track. I've seen some amazing people do this without fast tracking and, on their own, but it's taking them 10 times the time. I don't have time for that. I'm 30. I've got to move fast. So if you want to move fast and you want to be in a lane where it's like, okay, in the next 5 years, this is my goals, this is what I want to hit, rather than in the next 10 to 20 years, you need a mentor. It's just about finding the right one.
Yeah. 100%, I agree. But then in terms of like passive income, passive means it just passes you by and you're not doing anything for it to enter your wallet. Yeah,
that sounded stressing me out.
Is it actually stressing? Yeah. Sorry, it's probably stressing out the mic as well. Do you know what it is? I feel like I got bit by a mosquito, but yeah.
Strange.
But again, like, what does that look like? I know we spoke about it earlier in terms of obviously systems and stuff like that, but what does passive actually mean? Because what does it mean to you? You said that it's different to different people.
I think it's different.
But what does it mean to you?
I think being able to have the freedom to manage my time without having to be fully in the business. So for example, if I wanted to go and get my hair and nails done, I wouldn't have to think, oh, who's going to cover me on the shift? Like, who's going to take over? I wouldn't have that worry. I could just literally book things in. If I wanted to go on holiday and I was going to be away for 4 weeks, I wouldn't have the worry of how the business is still going to run. But I would still be checking in, day out. Like daily, I would still be involved in the business because I feel like that's where my passion is. That's where my drive is. And if I'm not in the business, how will I know what needs to be done better? So that's my idea of passive, having the freedom of not having to do certain tasks and being able to delegate out the tasks that I don't necessarily want to do or have time for, but also having the choice to be involved in the business to the degree that I want to be involved, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. I think for me, it's along the same lines. I think passive income for me is like not having to worry about if I want to add time to something else, that I'm taking it away from something else.
Yeah.
So for example, like, again, obviously I love property. I won't say that I dreamt about it when I was 5 years old.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? But I love doing what I'm doing, but I also have other passions and hobbies. So then if I had time to give to those passions and hobbies, because property has given me that passive income so that I don't have to spend any time there.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. Like, I 100% get where you're coming from, that you have to keep it oversight of what's going on, because what will happen is, of course, you could always kind of pay someone to step into your shoes. Ultimately, it will cost you a lot.
Yeah.
But you could always pay someone to step into your own shoes. But that has to come with a level of trust, that they are running it in the way that you have probably trained them, or you want them to, or that they're picking up on the things, the red flags that you've probably seen that are probably maybe almost hindered your business beforehand, and maybe they haven't seen or whatever. So you've always got to have that oversight, that they might be thinking everything's cool, but when sometimes, for example, like, our first winter, we thought that everything was cool because we was getting bookings in August and everything was fine. We didn't know what was around the corner, right? The next year, we learned that, okay, this is what happens around August. Things are looking good, but then there's a sharp decline in the autumn time, right? We know that from experience, but if you pay someone else to come in who might not have the experience in your business, they might see that they're getting bookings in August, but not realize what's coming around the corner, what's going to happen to the business if they don't put certain things in place from now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's just my kind of thing. I think really understanding and utilizing the people around you, and understanding that you have to give back time to people, or give back value to people in order for them to give value to you as well. That's what I think kind of contributes towards passive income as well.
Yeah.
You can't do it by yourself. A lot of people think they can get to passive income by themselves.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that that's
No,
the case.
it requires a team, it requires tools, it requires the systems. But it can, and I genuinely think you can design passive to how you view it. If you want to be hands off the business and don't have anything to do with it, you just need to be able to hire the right people who you can trust to take that responsibility and level of responsibility and value your business the way that you value it. But I feel like you can definitely shape how you would like passive income to be and look like for you. It's just, again, how you would like to build that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, again, I'm even just thinking about the ways that the growth that we've made in terms of heading towards that, which is the VAs.
Yeah.
For example. So at the start, we kind of had different understandings of what we want the VA to do, or what's the point of having a VA. A lot of people think, just having a VA will just automatically mean that we don't have to do too much, or we don't have to do anything, right? But then now we're realizing that, okay, we need VAs in certain areas, or, we need to utilize VAs in a certain way to get the maximum efficiency out of them. I just feel like, just the way that we used to think about how VAs are, or what we needed in order to get to that passive kind of income, to where we're at now. Again, obviously, we're actively still doing certain things because there's an element of like the business will stay afloat, but then you then want it to be a ticking machine, and then you also want it to be able to grow and scale without you as well.
Yeah.
So there's different levels to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, 100%. I just feel like I feel like there's a big price in believing the lie of these gurus, and it is frustrating when we see it kind of everywhere, because I feel like we're able to see through the lies, but then I just know that there's people out there that are just eating up everything that these people are saying, and it's all it takes is, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying, but bring that realism to it.
Yeah.
You know
I think what it comes down to is just people want to make money. And I think just integrity is lost in the property world, to be honest. I don't know. I was just seeing so much. I can't lie. The unfollow button has been so great for me. I'm more than happy to unfollow. I don't really care how many followers. I've followed, we've unfollowed people that have a really great following who are known in the property world, who are following us. I've unfollowed them. I don't really care. And then they've unfollowed us. I've unfollowed our mentor. He then unfollowed us, or whatever way around it was. Like, I just think
that sounds weird. I don't even want to get into it like that, but just saying our mentor, because it
wasn't actually.
But
It was like his whatever he creates. But anyway, it was him essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think, I just prefer that at the moment, because I just don't think, I don't know. Yeah, people's behavior, what's really coming out at the moment. I don't know if. Yeah.
I was gonna talk about this because we had a really good discussion yesterday.
Yeah.
Where we were talking about just the state of would you say the country, the world?
Yeah, there's a lot
I don't
happening.
know what to really say.
I'll put it into perspective. So I started as I was leaving social work. Just an update, guys. I'm no longer in social work and I'm out of work. We thank God. We say amen. Yeah. Loved the job. Didn't love the people I worked with. They were all assholes. Anyway, moving on. Not all. Some of them I love, but majority assholes.
At this place.
Which place?
Or you talking about the whole?
In general,
okay.
in general.
Fair.
Some beautiful gems. Some people I'm still friends with. Our message. Other people assholes. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like the state of the country has gotten so bad that we're having referrals of people coming through because of their political views. So I had a referral of a parent coming through to us because they had strong political views about immigration. Obviously, it's the standard. They never know anything. It's just what they've seen on TikTok and they've copied it. Then it followed with his partner telling us that, I don't know why he has his views because his family is black. His nieces, nephews are black. And I just think to myself, anyway, but that's how bad it's getting, is that it's filtering through into social care, which is about your kids. Like, it's getting to a point where like now thinking, does your political views impact your parenting? Does your political views impact the safety of your children? If you're writing and you're saying this, that, and the other about, how you feel about immigrants and how you feel about this and that in the country, is that going to impact your children? Is that going to, is it extremist views? Is that going to have an impact on how your kids interact with other people? But that's how strong the views of the world are coming into play in your day-to-day life, right? And what I never expected to see was it unfold in the property world. I thought in this property space,
where
you
thought it was a safe space.
I genuinely thought it was just a space about property, not watering down people's personalities, views, values, etc. Because that's always important to have entrenched in your business. But I'm also confused how much people are speaking about immigrants. Like the thing is, I'm not even going to talk incorrectly, so stupidly.
Incorrectly, like these are people that their whole business is based on doing research, and doing things
and numbers.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's getting to the point now where, as you said, I never personally thought that you would see some people expressing their views on, immigration, culture and stuff like that. And I'm not ever going to sit here and tell you that you can't do that.
I don't care, to be honest.
Because I'm not going to lie, being an ethnic minority, as they would call it.
Yeah.
This isn't new.
No, it's not. That's why I'm so bored of it.
It's not new.
It's boring.
It's not front page.
Nah, it's boring.
Now people are, and what's shocking to me, what's shocking to me is kind of like some of these views are coming from people that will look me in my eye and shake my hand and smile in my face, but these are your views.
But hold those values.
Those values. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not naive. I know that some people just smile because they just don't want to. They feel like I'm gonna beat them up or something. It's like, come on, like
come on.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, like. But at the same time as well, I feel to myself like these are people. But more and more people are just confident with spewing this nonsense, and it's like if you actually had a logical conversation with them, this is where I know the world is cooked, because if you actually sit down and have a logical conversation with them, they wouldn't even realize that their argument is flawed. They will just move on to another mute topic. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't know, and especially when it moved into the property space. Yeah,
it's been crazy.
It was,
For context, Sean might tell me off. For context, we had a post that was posted by a very well-known property developer doing big things in the game, and I don't know, I'll try not to reveal gender of the person because to be honest, I don't care for safety of Sean. They put something stupid and said that basically they're tired. They've made a comment about first cousins marrying and the UK now wanting to put this forward as an approved law that now you can get married to your first cousin. Okay. cool. Everyone's going to have their own views on it. I don't particularly agree with it. I'm like, it is what it is. That's just my preference. I personally would not marry my cousins, any of them. But, you know, fine. Whatever's in like your culture, your religion, however you choose to operate your life, it does not impact me in any shape or form. So I understand that people can have their views around it. What then spun me is the terminology that was used and the stupidity of the comments, which was...
And the analogies.
And using like a typical name. For example, they didn't use this name, but they used what you would say is a typical name in, you know, either maybe Asian backgrounds or someone who might practice Islam.
Yeah.
But for example, let's just say they use the Nigerian name. They might say, yeah, like a typical name like Femi or something. Yeah. So it I don't know, it just took the conversation so left because first of all, it's not Asian households or families who practice Islam or people individuals who practice Islam that marry their first cousins, you dummy.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's been happening in the traveller community for ages. Those are also white people in the UK who will tell you they married their first cousins. I've had conversations with people in the community. I've worked with people from the travellers background who have said, yes, this was something that was rife back in the day for them to marry their first cousins. It's died down a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But this is something that also happened quite a lot in white cultures. So I don't understand why it goes left and you start, I don't know, I feel like ethnic minorities are such an easy target because they feel like we're so uneducated we can't back ourselves. And it's like, honestly, read the room. I don't care that these are your political views. In fact, I'd rather be best friends with an open racist than a covert racist. At least I know where I stand. But I'm like, do you have to disrespect another human to get your point across? I don't understand the bully tactics of, oh, I don't like immigrants, now you're all dumb immigrants. Like, I don't get that way of expressing yourself. You can say, yeah, immigrants are coming over and taking over our country. Fine, I don't give a crap. That's your view. I don't care. I'm going to eat from anywhere. I'm going to enjoy all different types of foods. I'm going to go to different places. I'm going to enjoy different cultures. That's personally me. If you don't like that, fine, not a problem. But then to start spinning it and being like mocking people's cultures, you know, using typical names to raise your point. Stereotyping. It's like, are you not educated? Like, you're literally running big numbers, making big money in property. You know, you're sat there making big boy boss decisions in your business, and yet this is the crap that you come out with.
This is what you choose to turn on your iPhone camera and
talk about.
Because these people need to be careful as well because they also have a massive following. So yes,
they don't care though because they will all. Let me tell you something.
Regardless of whether you like it or not, you are an influencer because you are influencing people because of your following.
But there's no punishment. There's no consequence. Cancel culture doesn't exist. Let's be for real. Unless you've done something like kill someone or what we all disagree with, which is paedophilia. Apart from that, no, there's nothing that you can get. I mean, you can assault and sexually assault, trigger warning, as many times as you want and there's no repercussions. I don't believe there's cancel culture for that. That's my opinion. I could, you know, rock the boat with it, but I genuinely believe I've seen so many people with allegations or whatever, or, you know, not that you should not be working or have work or whatever if you have allegations, but when you are charged, convicted, things are moved forward, I see people come back into the industry with that. We've seen so many people in property. Let's be for real. Let's be honest. I know. Let's be real and let's be honest. We've seen so many people in the industry misuse their power and silence others from speaking up about it. There's been some times, even in our, like, I'm sorry, you opened this can of worms. If you didn't want to, if you wanted me to be safe, this was not the topic you should have chose. The fact of the matter is there's so many people who have been silenced in this space because other people have larger following and more power.
They've got foot soldiers.
For sure. If I said how I truly felt about our previous mentorship, I would probably end up shutting down my business and moving to Guatemala.
100%.
Because
you wouldn't be able
to survive it. The minions that come with these kind of personalities on Instagram, but there's now property influencers. This is the day and age where there's actually property influencers. This never used to be the case. Like, people's followings are going crazy just for the fact that they've got 4 keys. Like, it's a great achievement. We've obviously achieved that, but how can you be a property influencer who doesn't have the common sense to actually correctly influence? You can have your opinion. I would rather sit at the table with people who have, you know, completely different views to what I have. Like I said, I would love to sit with someone who's racist.
If the logic makes sense to you,
Not even that. If you express yourself with respect, I lose all respect. I lose all interest in your conversations if you can't even hold yourself with respect with the way that you're talking. Everyone here has a voice. Everyone here has a reason for living. Everyone here has an opportunity to live. You don't dictate what is wrong or right in this world. They've created left wing, right wing, and most of you don't even know which party you support, bro. And that's what it just comes down to.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what the difference is.
They're all, and the fact they're all corrupt. Strike me down. They're all corrupt, and it's like I am like in the middle because I take some things from the left, I take some things from the right, and some things like other people, like even people in my friendship group, wouldn't agree with that. I think and feel but I feel. When you're expressing yourself and your views and your values, I'm not saying that at any point you should sugarcoat it, but I say the bare minimum, have respect for other people because you're not right. You're just another person out of a billion with an opinion.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you have an opinion that, is not highly favored, or a lot of people kind of be like, I don't know about that, but you have respect when you're bringing it out, that then opens the floor to discussion and reasoning and understanding and comprehension. So all of that can happen, but it stops straight away when people, first of all, are disrespecting the people that they're talking about. Yeah. Because then it's like, regardless of what you say, I don't care. Yeah. As you said, like we can't have this conversation. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
it's scary.
I think,
it's
the
scary.
main thing is just like, again, we don't like to talk about this too tough because, again, we're talking about it's a property podcast, but the reason why we're talking about it is because
where property is moving into the property world. It's scary. It's so scary.
It's got nothing to do with property.
In the last 3 days, I think I've unfollowed like 5 people, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think of your day-to-day, how many people you unfollow, you're probably not unfollowing people probably unfollowing someone maybe once every 2 months. So 5 people in a few days is a lot, and it's because I'm seeing not just though that I don't care that that's your views. Like a racist can never unsettle me. Your views on whatever can never unsettle me. Like I just think your views are your views. I don't care. It doesn't interrupt me because I will never be around you. But when I started seeping and influencing other people, like what's cool right now is being racist and closing it with or covering it with it's just our views about the UK. Yeah. It's cool right now to say you don't like black people. It's cool right now to say that you don't like Asians. It's cool right now to say that you don't like particular faiths and cultures. It's so cool right now. And they're all, you would not have said this. You know that season where everyone was getting cancelled for sneezing the wrong lyrics. Like you would not have been saying this then. It's because someone somewhere has started this trend, which I think it's the lot in America who were brave enough to start talking about whatever they wanted to talk about. I still don't care. The Trump supporters and all that. As soon as Trump came in, this is when this situation started happening. And I just feel like people need to have a little bit more sense and respect for others. Have your views, but be respectful. Just what it comes down to. So it's given me ick from a lot of property people. And I just think, I would never, ever support you again. I would never put money in your pockets. If this is how you can treat another human, how will you treat me?
Yeah. And I think that's what it comes down to. I think, again, paying attention to these people, you have to have critical thinking. You have to think about, if you're choosing someone to mentor you, to lead you, to teach you, what are their morals? What are they, how do they identify as, or what are they gonna put out or push onto you? You
can't be talking about the British flag when you're in Dubai, bro. You can't be talking about the British flag when you're in Dubai.
And this is
it. You can't. You actually just can't. I'm so sorry. I know what I'm so. Sean is not the target, guys. Fire it at me because, Sean is not the target. I just don't know how to keep my mouth closed. But too many people are talking about things that they're not supporting. You're not here trying to make things better. You're not here trying to, solve homelessness, solve issues around immigration. You're not here when the same people who voted Brexit are now complaining. Don't complain. You can't complain. There's nothing wrong that you voted it. Have your opinion. Have your right of say. There shouldn't be no issues with people saying what's on their mind. Yeah, 100%. It just comes down to understand when you say something, there's going to be repercussions. I accept there are going to be repercussions. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, have respect for your neighbor. Yeah. We all still live together, and you're still the same person who's going to complain and then take yourself to flipping Morocco. Yeah. And be living it up with the girls. No, you've got to understand that if you're gonna act that way, don't go to other people's countries for holiday. Don't eat bloody, it's mad that in the UK a curry is
the national.
Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. We could go further on. I'm just conscious of the time.
I know. I know.
Yeah, I think we could. We might even do a live on it.
If I can be asked, because at this point we know where it's going in this country. To be honest.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see because there's so many great people here. I just don't think it's highlighted.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But just to wrap up.
Yeah. Sorry.
Are you okay? Yeah.
No.
Just to wrap up again, obviously with passive income. I think just when you are hearing it, just have critical thinking. Just think about, okay, how does that look like? What does passive income look like to that person who is preaching it? And does it make sense for what you are looking for and what you want to do?
Yeah. Have they done it? Have they achieved it themselves?
Exactly.
What's the reason that they're saying it's passive income? And what benefits do they gain from like you being a part of their circle? So yeah, a lot of food for thought. But again, you'll make the right choice as long as you choose somebody who you vibe with, who has the same morals.
Yeah, 100%.
Same kind of respect.
And make sure that a big thing as well is that if you are teaching someone, understand that they need to be on the move as well. They can't be stagnant. You can't be learning from someone who is stagnant, because at some point of course, naturally you're supposed to, go over your mentors and surpass your mentors. So, but if you're learning from someone who is just stagnant or is teaching stuff that they did 15, 20 years ago, you're quickly going to realize that they're not up to date with the current challenges. Challenges are always changing every year, every season, every time they're changing different. Some of our mentees have faced some challenges that we probably haven't even faced like full on, but we've had some experience with because we keep on moving and we starting to understand them. And then obviously because of the way that we will go and learn a bit more about that so that we can, kind of give more of a direction on that. But that's just how we are. And again, obviously just understand that if you are starting Airbnb and you are just starting out, and if you're doing it for passive income reasons, just be aware that it shouldn't be on your map so early on.
Yeah.
That can be your end goal, 100% work towards that. But for your first year or your second year, your third year, within the first 5 years, I don't think that should be on full on. Passive. You should be working towards that.
Yeah.
Don't be looking at the ones who are talking about, I've got 2 rent-to-rents and I'm sitting
and bought a beer
with stars in the ceiling. And
tell me where. I will do it. Like, just show me. I just need the proof.
Honestly. And this is just the reality of
it.
This is just the reality of it. Like, literally, that's it.
Yeah.
Just
good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
That's all I can say. But if you are looking for a sense of community, if you feel like what we've said kind of resonates with you, or you want to hear more stuff like this, follow or join our school community as well, because we share a lot of this, and I feel like a big thing for us is creating a community that have the ability to think for themselves as well, as well as are willing to learn and actually do not shy of hard work as well. So we'll drop the links for that in the description. But yeah, we'll leave it there.
Thank you for watching to the end, guys. We really appreciate it. As a little thank you gift to you, we'd like to give you an invite to join our free WhatsApp community where we drop a lot of gems.
If you're still watching, then thank you so much. But more importantly, if you could like and subscribe to this channel to help us bring you more content that we know you'll just love.